start with a quote by the Dalai Lama.
I'm going to start quote by Dalai Lama. Today,
Life
more
needs
than
to be
ever before,
characterized by a sense
it
of
must be
universal
characterized by the sense of universal
responsibility,
responsibility,
not just nation to nation and human
not only
to
nation to
human,
nation
but
and human to human,
other forms of life.
but human to other forms
That's
of
what I'm
life.
here to talk about. I'm passionate about
That's what
wildlife
I'm here to
conservation,
talk
those other
about.
forms of
I'm passionate
life.
about wildlife
So for the last
conservation,
10 years,
thus
I've
other
done
forms of
everything I
life.
can to
In the
learn
last
as much
10
as I
years,
can
I've done
about it.
everything I can
I've
to
read
learn as much as I
books,
can
I've
about it.
talked to
I read
experts,
books, I talk
I've
to
gone to
experts,
conferences and traveled
I've
the
gone to
world.
conferences and traveled
I wanted
the
to see for
world.
myself what's
I
going
wanted to
on in
see
these
for myself what's
places.
going on
I
in these
visited
places.
chimpanzees
I
in
visited chimpanzees
Uganda. I
in
visited
Uganda.
mountain gorilla families
I visited
in
mountain
Rwanda.
gorilla families in Rwanda.
Everywhere I go, the root cause
Everywhere I
of the
go,
dwindling
the
numbers of
roots,
these
because of the
species
dwindling
is
numbers
human
of these
population
species,
pressure.
in human
A recent
population
visual
pressure.
example I saw of this
A
is
recent
in
visual
Uganda,
example I saw
with
of this
farms
in
going up the
Uganda,
hillside right to the
with
boundary
farms going up
of
the
Dwindley National
hillside,
Park,
right to
or
the
the
boundary
last
of
remaining
Dwindley National
habitat
Park,
for the mountain
part
gorilla.
the last remaining
Let's
habitat
talk
for the
about population.
mountain gorilla.
We're at 6.7
Let's talk about
billion people
population.
in the world
We're about
today, expected to rise
6.11
to
billion people,
9 or 10 billion just in the
seven
next
to
40
rise
years.
9 or 10 billion just in the
The
next
problem
40
is we've already
years.
got a billion
The problem
people
is
who
we
don't have
already
enough
got
to
a
eat.
billion people.
What is it
We
going to be
don't
like
have
when
enough
we
to
increase
eat. What is going to be like when we
the human
increase
population
the
by
pressure,
another 50%?
the human population pressure,
So
by another
I think what we're gonna
50%?
have are
Also, I think what we're going to have are more conflicts, more wars,
scarcer resources, less drinking water per
over
person.
scarcer,
have
less
less
drinking
food
water
per
per person. We're
more
going to have
disease
less
and
food per
suffering.
person, more
Now,
disease
it's
and
difficult
suffering.
to comprehend, but that's suffering
It's
on a
difficult to
global scale
comprehend,
when
but
we're
that's
talking
suffering
about
on a
billions of
global
people.
scale.
I know
But
this
we are
is
talking
sobering
about
to think
billions of
about.
people, and
Is this
it's
a future we
sobering
wanna
to
leave
think
for our
about.
children
I think
and
the future we
grandchildren?
want to leave for our children
I
and
don't think so
grandchildren.
either. So let's steer towards a
I
better
don't think so
future.
either.
Thomas Berry wrote,
Let's steer
"That our
toward
great
a better
work for
future.
our generation
Thomas Berry
is to
wrote that
learn to live on the
our
planet
great
at
work for
least
our generation is to
benignly."
learn to live on the
And why
planet
would we
at
do
least
that?
benignly.
One reason we would
Would we do that?
is that our fellow
One reason we
living
would
things
do
who
that
happen
is
not to be
that our
human,
fellow living
they don't
things
have a
who
representative
happen not to be
in
human
Congress.
would
They
have a
don't have a
representative in
lobbyist
Congress.
Washington.
They don't have a
voice at the
lobbyist
table,
in
and yet they're
Washington. They
completely
don't have a
dependent
voice at the
for
table,
their
and
survival
yet they are
on
completely
our goodwill,
dependent for their
much
survival
like
and
children.
goodwill, much
Let's
like
talk
children.
about our country's population.
Let's talk about
and
our country
wildlife.
population and
We had
our
about 5
wildlife.
million people in our country around
We had about
1800,
5 million
and
people
about
in our country,
290
around
million people
108
in 2000. More now, of course.
million people in
At a
2000,
conference,
more
I
now,
met
of
a
course.
scientist,
At a conference,
Andrea
I met a
LaLiberte,
scientist,
who had done
Andrea
fascinating work
Labiberte,
comparing wildlife
who had done
sightings in
fascinating
the
work
17 and
comparing wildlife
1800s
sightings
in
in
our
the
country to those
1700
wildlife range
and
today in
1900
our
and how
country.
wildlife range
This
today in
chart,
our
the pinkish
country.
areas, I'm not sure how it looks
This
here,
chart,
the pinkish areas,
I'm
are
not sure
where
how
we
it
used to
looks
have
here,
black bears. The
are
yellow
where we
areas are
used to
where they
have
still
black
are today.
bears.
You
The
see there's
yellow
been a lot of
areas are
recession.
where we still are today.
This is the
You see,
gray
been
wolf.
a
We
lot
used to
of
have gray
recession
wolves
there.
running all over our
It is the
country.
gray wolf.
The
We are
pinkish
used to
areas you
gray
see on the
wolves
chart.
running all over the
Not so
country in the
today.
pinkish area you see on
We
the
used to
chart.
have,
So not
grizzly
so today.
bears
We used to
running
grizzly
over about
bears
half of our
running to the
country.
half of our
As you
country.
see, they've receded. We don't have
As
them.
you
This was
see,
just 200 years
they
ago.
receded.
That yellow
We don't have
island-like area, that would be
It's
the
the Yellow
Greater
Island
Yellowstone
like area,
ecosystem.
yeah, that
Let's
would be
look
the
at
greater
summary
Yellowstone
map. Take a look
ecosystem.
at
Let's
the
look at a
right
summary
here.
map. Take a look
Red
at
is
the
good.
right there.
Green is bad.
Red is good.
White
Green
is
is
very
bad. White is very
so
bad.
you see that we've lost a lot of species in our
You see
country.
that we
Those
lost a
white
lot of
areas
species
mean
in our
that all of the
country.
wildlife
Those
that was
white
looked at
areas
in
mean
this
that
case
our
in the
wildlife
1800s
was looked
is
at.
gone from our country.
In this
Do you think
case,
it's normal
in the
not to have wildlife
1700,
running
do
around
you
us
think
all
it's
the time
normal
in
to
our
have
country?
wildlife
That's
running
not
around
normal.
all the time in our
Let's bring
country?
it home here
That's
to
not
the front
normal.
range of
Let's bring it
Colorado
home
tonight.
here in
We
the
used to
front
have
range of
wild
Colorado
bison.
tonight.
They're gone.
We used to have wild
We used to
bison.
have
They're
gray
gone.
wolves.
We used to
They're
have
gone.
gray wolves.
We
They're
used to
gone.
have, sorry, my clicker's a little slow.
We used to have,
So we
sorry,
used to
my
have,
little
grizzly
sluggish.
bears could have been
Grizzly
right
bears
outside.
could have right
They're
outside.
gone. We used to have lynx.
They're
the cat.
gone. We used to have lynx, the cat, gone.
Maybe they're not leaving. We
Maybe
used
they
to
are
have black-footed
leaving.
ferret, very dependent on prairie
We
dogs
used
for
to
their
have
survival.
black-footed,
Gone.
very dependent on
We
prairie
used to
dog
have
for
this
their
beautiful
survival
little bird,
gone.
the mountain plover.
We used to
Also
have
gone.
this beautiful
This is
little bird,
sobering
the mountain
information, so what can
flower,
we do?
also gone.
Well,
This is sobering
we can't
information. information what we can do.
Let's apply the
We can
empathy
choose a
that
better
we have for
future.
our,
Let's apply the empathy.
cats,
Whether we have
dogs,
our
and
cats,
other
dogs,
pets
and other
to
pets.
endangered species like this chimpanzee.
To
and all
endangered species like the
Let's
chimpanzee,
have fewer
but on
children.
endangered
That's one of the most
species that
powerful
have fewer
things.
children, the ones that are most powerful. Thank you.
Didn't expect that response. That's
I
one of the
didn't
most
expect the
powerful things we can
response
do in the
that
United
one of the most
States.
powerful
If we
things
wanna
we
have
can do in
kids,
the
great.
United
Let's have
States.
two.
If we want to have
more
kids,
than 2
great,
kids,
let's have 2.
let's adopt. What else can we do?
What else we can do?
Well, we won't go there. So what else can we do?
Well,
can
we
help
won't go
educate
there.
girls
So what
and
else we can
provide
do? We can help
economic
educate
opportunity to
girls and
women
provide
in
economic
developing countries.
opportunity to women in developing countries.
When we do that, those
Amen.
ladies
When we
choose
do
to
that,
have
those
smaller
ladies choose to have
families, and they more
smaller
nutrition, more
families,
healthcare, more
and we have more
education for their
nutrition,
kids, and
more
the impact on the
healthcare,
global
more education for their
population is
kids, and the impact
Finally,
of
what can we
global
do?
population
We
is
can give
huge.
more,
Finally,
to
what
our
we can do
planet.
is we can give
half
more
of
to our
donations,
planets.
let's say,
We
to
can give
people-
half of our
people-related
donations,
causes,
let's say,
and half
to
of our
people-related
donations to the planet,
causes,
to
and
ocean
half of donation to the planet,
wildlife
or to
conservation.
ocean conservation and wildlife
I
conservation.
want to mention, by the way, that today we only give
I want to
about
mention, by the way,
2
that
to
today we
5%
only give about 2
of all
or
giving goes to
5%.
environment and
What our
wildlife
giving
as
goes
a
to the
category.
environments and wildlife as a
You've been
category.
very patient with sometimes a
We've been
difficult topic. I
patient
just
with
want to
sometimes
say
a
that,
difficult topic.
The thing to think about is how do we
I
change?
just want to say that the
as
thing
a
to think
species,
about
what
if we do
do
change as a
so that our
species,
fellow living
what
beings
did
who
we
happen
do
not to be human
to our fellow
can thrive
living beings
alongside of
who
us
happens
100,
to right
500,
alongside of us
and 1,000 years
at
from now.
100,
Thank you very
500,
much.
and 1 million years from now? Thank you very much.